Hello, 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 everyone. Can you hear me all right? I hope you can. All right, sometimes we have this little reset thing happen at the start of the live, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Welcome in, everyone. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for everyone else to find, as these are timeless collective messages. So put it where it fits. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Julia Rose. I'm a psychic medium and a Reiki healer, and I'm grateful that you are here today to tune into these messages. So, what Spirit really wanted to talk about today was why it is so hard to hear your guides, and what can you do to hear them a little clearer. I'm going to wait for more folks to get in here because I want to make sure everyone catches these messages. Hello, hello, Marianne. Legit Veggies, welcome back. Martha, hello. Cynthia, hello. Lucky, welcome in. How are you guys doing? It's a Sunday afternoon for me. Doing pretty well myself. Just grabbing a tarot deck. What deck do you want to use, Spirit? Oh, no fun. Just kidding. D Lanes, welcome in. Darlisa, and you are in Sedona. Well, hello to Darlisa as well. Norman, hello. I see you. Hello. Oh, how perfect. I've always wanted to go to Sedona. Send me pictures. Can't wait to hear about the trip. Alrighty. I'm excited to bring these messages to you today. If you haven't yet had a chance to tune in to the messages that I channeled yesterday over on Saturday Morning Live, they were Valentine's Day, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine messages. Those are kind of a prelude to what we're tuning in here today for. So I encourage you to go check those messages out in your own time. Hello, Emma. And Carolina V, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a combination of channeling today as well as pulling tarot cards. Echo Soul, welcome in. This is a message about hearing your guides. How do you know you're hearing your guides? Why sometimes does it feel like you can't hear your guides? And problem solving. You guys know that I'm pragmatic. I like to offer tangible advice for you to try so that you can feel your own progression. Okay? So, first of all, I know I want to just touch on the frustration that comes with this discussion. A lot of you guys can tend to get pretty frustrated when it feels like you're not able to hear your guides clearly. And I want you to know that they are also frustrated because they are giving messages that they are it's like surprising on both ends. Like you're surprised that it can't come through, you're not picking things up, but they're also frustrated because they're doing everything they can to be sending you messages, okay? Now, one of the most important factors in receiving your guidance, in allowing yourself to translate what is already coming through for you from your spirit team, from your intuition, the key foundational building block is stillness. Stillness, silence, even, are essential to your being able to receive messages from the spirit realm, to clearly discern what is coming through your intuition. So, what happens when silence and stillness are covered by busyness? It's very hard to perceive direction when anxiety or fear or ungrounded, chaotic kind of energy are dictating your decisions, as opposed to a more grounded, clear state. This is why I would say more often than not in my messages, Spirit likes to remind you about grounding your energy, about cleansing your energy, setting energetic boundaries, and transmuting things that are not yours, calling your power back. Your spiritual and energetic hygiene, all of these things, are non negotiable when it comes to having a clear, consistent communication with Spirit. Non negotiable. Slowing down, releasing what isn't yours, blessing your energy field, calling your power back from certain situations, experimenting with different grounding techniques to find what works best for you, given any of the energies that you could be needing grounding in. It's very different to need grounding in an anxious state than it is to need grounding when you are running on minimal rest. Those are very different situations. So the techniques that you might use for grounding are very different. So make an investigation out of it. Look to see what kinds of things actually help you. Because everyone and their mother has something to tell you about grounding, okay? Everyone has something to say about what's the right way to ground, what is going to only work for you. But the truth is, everyone's needs are different. So the best way for you to determine and uncover what is actually going to ground your spirit in your body, the only true way you'll uncover that is through practice, through experimenting. And so a lot of you guys have been very, very busy. You've been filling your space, you've been filling your mind, not really wanting to settle in and open up to stillness or to silence. And when I was talking to Spirit about this, I was asking, like, what is it that's keeping you back from really settling in? What is that? What is that fear? And yeah, as the throat chakra comes to say, no, we don't say it. No, I'm going to. So some of you are afraid of the emotions and the memories, the thoughts that will come up. Avoiding the stillness is a form of escapism. Avoiding the stillness, avoiding the silence is a way of avoiding yourself, your truths, your emotions. And Spirit, through intuition, through sensation in your physical body, likes to communicate messages to you. So if you're at a point in your journey where you're not fully familiar with how you genuinely feel about things, then that's your first step. And you might be getting intuition already through messages that are aligned with that. Spirit works at a very subtle level. Exactly. Wow. A very subtle level. When you're first developing your communication with Spirit, it starts very subtle. It's the form of remembering, hey, maybe I should do this. Or you suddenly realizing, oh, you forgot to do something. Or you get an internal reminder of something you've been putting off that you know you need to do. And more often than not, it's probably meditating or journaling or reflecting on some kind of moment that has been bubbling up from the subconscious that you've been keeping yourself busy to avoid. Whatever these emotions are that are coming up that you don't want to look at. And so one of these really pressing questions becomes, what is it that you're afraid of? In really being with yourself, what is that fear? Because it's however you find an answer to this question that is going to help you overcome your resistance to stillness and silence. And it's very easy to say, well, my brain just doesn't work that way. My brain just can't. Like I just can't sit still. It's very easy to just say that and let that be the reason you don't try anyway. Because more often than not, as very sensitive beings, light workers almost like entirely across the board struggle with ADHD. And I say struggle because it's something that you can learn how to manage once you understand your sensitivities. So that busyness, that sense of needing to create a lot of stimulus so that you can have dopamine triggering in your brain to keep you motivated, to keep you moving. Those are ways of mitigating your own mind and helping you find some way to accomplish things. But it's you're feeling I'm being shown that you can feel the dissonance in your being when you're doing things just to stay busy versus allowing yourself to acknowledge what it is that you're trying so hard to not sit with. And again, like nobody's exempt from that. Everyone runs from their feelings, but how far are you going to let yourself go? How long are you going to keep putting off the inevitable? Because it's in this awareness of yourself. It's in getting to know your own mind, how you genuinely feel about your past, how you genuinely feel about who you are today, about things that are happening right here, right now. It's only through allowing yourself to be at one with your own experience that then you can understand where spirit is directing you. And more often than not, you are getting that direction and just not wanting to do those things because they're not what you're expecting. Spirit is also very practical. It's not always that they're going to be giving you angel numbers this, butterflies like that, birds like this. It's not always like that. If you're asking spirit, show me a sign that you're here, and you don't specify what you want that sign to be, you're going to be wondering why spirit never reached you. But if you have an expectation of what they're supposed to be doing, then it eliminates any possibility that they could reach you any multitude of other ways. So bear in mind that as you're starting to work through the mental spiraling, the mental chaos, as you begin to sit in stillness, as you begin to sit in quietude, from there, what was once subtle, these messages and signs from spirit, become much more potent. They become much more obvious. It's just that with all of the mental busyness, it's that you're not able to really see the the strength of the vibration, even though they're subtle, the strength of those signs. In order to really have consistent communication with spirit, it requires you to know yourself because you have to know what's coming from outside of you versus you, which is why almost all of my videos are aimed to help you understand what's going on with you. To remind you, hey, if you're holding on to this idea, where did that really come from? Because is it really you? Shadow work, self-improvement, healing, whatever these things are, they're all aimed at helping you trust your intuition more, to help you trust yourself more. But it can be these little things like, okay, spirit's nudging you to go meditate today. When you delay that, you're delaying the process of building trust with yourself. Because that process of trust is your knowledge base for knowing that spirit is communicating with you, knowing that you are in fact hearing correctly. But you have to know your own mind to know what is fear, what is coming from your heart, what is coming from trauma that lives in the body, what is coming from things that you've absorbed. But if you're constantly swimming in this sea of chaos, it's very hard to discern where you start, where you end, and where everything else begins. Over time, this is a muscle that you strengthen, and it becomes much easier, much, much, much easier to settle into that trance state. You're able to turn it on when you need to, when you're ready to tune in. At least that's what happens before it's just all the time. This process of getting to know yourself, this process of self-realization is something that your spirit team assists with. They are not here to tell you the end all be all. They're not here to stand in the way of your own learning. But if they're guiding you in the direction of how you can find answers and not giving you the answer specifically, that's because that's what it means to be a guide. To empower you in your free will, to empower you in your own sovereignty. Your spirit guides will not get in the way of that. And I can hear the question of, well, divine intervention. What about that then, Julia? What about that? Well, that comes from your free will asking, and only when God thinks it's appropriate. Mhm. So, to know spirit, to know your guides, to know when you are actually receiving communication is to know yourself, to trust yourself, to be able to hear, to be able to receive. Maybe it's not going to be the instant you pick up the habit or the instant you start your meditation journey. It's not supposed to happen right away because remember, this is a lifestyle. You're thinking about this as something that can give you instantaneous results, spontaneous results. And sure, that can happen, but that's not the reality of the journey of getting to a point where you feel like you're always in tune. The reality is that it's a lot harder before it gets easier. And that's why sticking with it is so important. Navigating, doing it anyway, despite the discomfort. There's so much fear around spiritual attacks and dark magic and all this nonsense. It's not nonsense, but it's not happening as much as you might think. But when you don't know yourself and you don't know what's happening in your own body, of course it's very natural to think there's so much happening outside of you and it's just all getting flung at you. That makes sense that you would think that. But what's even more so taking place is that you're literally not inside your body. When you're not grounded, it's literally because your spiritual body, your energetic self, is flying out there where you feel safer. That doesn't do anything to dampen the sensations in your body. To be grounded is actually the safest you can be spiritually. Because if you're not in your body, who's there? It's scary to think about, right? But it's a necessity of your energetic protection and your spiritual sovereignty. Of course, you have protection. Of course, you have your guides helping you. Of course, you do. They're looking to see that you are wanting to take the reins. It's not possible for spirit to do everything for you, to give you all of the answers, to give you all of the validation and all of the clear knowing of exactly how things are going to play out. The only way to see real possibilities in the future is when you are genuinely surrendered to the fact that they might never happen. That, yeah, that's a possibility, but who the hell knows? Because it's not here yet. You're getting a glimpse of what could be. Free will matters so much more. Thank you so much for your blessing. And I pray that it finds you tenfold. But you have to be willing to have these uncomfortable conversations with yourself. Why are you avoiding your feelings? Why is it easier to just say, "Well, spirit's not communicating with me, so I guess there's no point." Why is it easier to be pessimistic about that? Because every person who has become someone who engages with their gifts very regularly, very strong intuitive people have always been intuitive, but they've mastered the parts of themselves that doubt. They master everything that stands in the way of them trusting. It's a relentless process. Stop avoiding yourself. Stop avoiding the work. Stop avoiding your past because it's not going to hurt you the same way it did then. They're just memories and it's just feelings and healing in your body that wishes to take place by processing. The avoidance, the avoidance, the avoidance of how you come to know. Sorry, I just have to take a second to ground because this takes hard work. This kind of work takes work. Intuition is not just, "Oh, it's cool." To be able to connect with spirit, to be able to see as vividly as you desire and as vividly as some of you have been able to, it requires knowing how sovereign and sacred your energy is. Are there boundaries that you've been needing to set that you've been avoiding? Are there certain areas of your life where you know you're still not standing up for yourself? Are there areas of your life where you're allowing things that really don't make you feel good anymore? Are there changes you've been wanting to make but have just said, "Ah, another day"? All of these things, 2222 on my timer, that's very significant. That's very significant. 2222 speaks about karmic shifts, the power of your free will choices to change your life. Don't be so quick to give up. Don't be so quick to walk away from yourself and what you really want. Well, when you get an answer and it's not an answer you like or want, that doesn't mean you're not getting an answer. It means maybe that you need to trust yourself more and ask why Spirit's giving you the same answer over and over and over again. What does it really mean? Because if it's that same message coming through, you haven't really gotten to the root of what they're communicating. I timed you out because of disrespect. Disrespect to people who are trying to figure things out and learning. Some of you are afraid of the things that you've done in the past. You're afraid of how much things haunt you. Some of you are so afraid to be alone that you don't realize that being alone is not the same as being disconnected. But you're wondering why Spirit's not giving you that love, not giving you that abundance, not giving you those answers, not giving you that job, not giving you da 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 da. It's not like we can order on DoorDash, like from the universe. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. The mods are me today. I'm savage. Thank you. It is so important that you ask yourself why that discomfort is something you don't want to look into. It's okay, don't worry. I'm a big girl, I can handle it. Thanks, Elisa. Ugh. But you have to understand, these distractions will never take you off your path if you are genuinely committed to the things that you want. And some of you are afraid of your own ambition. You're afraid to want to be powerful. So it comes back to all these other messages that have been coming through. Why are you afraid of your own power? Why are you afraid of being seen? That's not something that can be healed from anywhere or anyone outside of you. It requires going within, healing these things, attracting the life that you want, the connections that you desire, the opportunities that you wish to reveal themselves to you. It requires going within. If you avoid yourself, that is projecting the energy of what you want avoiding you too. That's very harsh, but a lot of what we experience here reflects what we really do, not what we really want. Going deeper within is how you create alignment. And a lot of you feel, well, I don't know what I want. Great. Spend some time with yourself. Explore. If you don't know, that's not a reason not to try. That means you don't have reasons to judge things before you try. You can be very visible without wanting to be seen. How comfortable are you with being the center of attention? How much do you want people to get to know you? Visibility amplifies your purpose. But you're afraid of the connection. You're afraid of being hurt. You're afraid of being hurt again. But you're not the same person today as the version of you who went through those things. You've learned a lot. And if you don't believe that, it's time to meditate on it. It's time to see why you still don't believe that. Why do you base all future possibilities on only the limited experiences that you've had? If you expect everything to remain the same, you will never see anything change. I'm always going to be used. I'm always going to get hurt. In the end, they'll always leave me. In the end, it's all going to fall apart. If that's genuinely what you're saying, or the fear that you're afraid of acknowledging, whether or not you acknowledge these things matters less than the fact that those deeply rooted energies are what is going to play out. That's why healing your heart, settling into meditation to get to know yourself, is what changes your karmic standing. That's what breaks these cycles. I just heard a quote the other day. If you're in hell, keep going. Keep going. Some of you are learning a sense of self-preservation, and you're learning how to fight for yourself. You're learning how to advocate for yourself. If you're in hell, keep going, because that's not the end of the line. That's not the end of the road. And you're not being punished. You are not being punished. But if you look at life like life is out to get you, it's going to consistently feel that way. If you want to believe something different, you have to sit with yourself and ask, how did I come to believe this, and how can I change that? There is no avoiding yourself on the path of self-realization, which is the same as enlightenment, which is the same as heightened intuition. Hmm. What else do you need to know about this? What else do you need to know? What matters is how you see you. And if you aren't seeing yourself in a light that you're pleased with yet, you have to keep going. You have to keep doing the work. Your guides want to support you with that. They want to help you in your meditations. They want to help you with healing. Receiving help requires being open to it. And energetically, if you're not open, that's the same as constantly filling space. Your vulnerability is not something to be afraid of. Your vulnerability is not something to be afraid of. Only when you do not tune into it can it sabotage you. Your fear of being seen. Hard truths this weekend. Okay? The way these messages were coming through earlier when Spirit told me I needed to go live to talk about this was so savage. And I was like, you guys, I'm literally not going to say it like that because this is scary. Sitting in your intuition, sitting in stillness with yourself, with the possibility that any emotion could arise, any memory could rise. Most importantly, it's the shame that comes up first. Of course, you don't want to look at that. That's uncomfortable. But it's not going to get easier to look at if you keep avoiding it. None of this stuff is. Attracting what you want necessitates becoming the version of yourself that can handle it. Lune, welcome. Do you treat you like you matter? How much do you all genuinely take time out of your day to congratulate yourself for the things that you accomplish? Or is it never good enough? Do you actually believe it when you say that you're proud of yourself for doing something? Heart healing is brutal. Healing your heart is brutal. Advancing spiritually is brutal. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. Knight of Swords. That's what it looks like, huh? These giant beasts with razor-sharp teeth towering over you. And all you have is a little sword. I don't like this deck. I know you guys wanted me to use this deck, but it's just not clear. It's clear, but I don't think it's highlighting it in the way that I want. Let's try again. It is hard, and it is worth it. Self-realization is radical accountability. Precisely, Lune. That was one of the things that came through earlier. It's hard until it's easy. It's difficult until one day you start to feel free. But if you never allow yourself to complete this process of going through it, you're never going to come out on the other side. Temperance, 2 different decks. What is collective here so afraid of? Why are they so afraid? What is going on? Wow. It's like you're afraid that you'll never actually recover from these things. That it's just going to keep being painful, keep being brutal, keep haunting you for the rest of your life, and all the work that you might have put into it would never have changed anything. You're afraid that things internally with you actually will not change, no matter what kind of work you do, to look at it, to heal, to empower yourself. Temperance also tells me that you have no patience to let the process play out. It's easier to be busy than to sit with it. It's easier to avoid than to sit with it. But is it? Does it actually feel better? Does it actually feel better? Mm-hmm. 4 of Cups. You know, they say better out than in, right? Better out than in. This also necessitates you learning how to become the safe space you needed. How do you show up for you? Everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid, but what do you do with that? I have such intense deja vu right now. I remember a video that I did like a year and a half ago. I was sitting here, these same decks. That's crazy. Don't let it stop you. You're getting ready for new energy to come into your life, but you need to let go of this stuff. There are certain things that you've been guided to healing. Four of Cups, Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. It's like all of this fighting, all of this standing up for yourself, when is it going to pay off? When is it going to pay off? Sooner than you think. Sooner than you think. What else do you need to know? And see, the key thing is how you respond to your own triggers. Because most of you guys here in my collective, you understand that dealing with your triggers is how you create a path forward. That radical accountability for how you feel and how you navigate holding space for those feelings without letting them spill over. Spirit's saying it takes courage to be messy and imperfect. It takes courage to be messy and imperfect. And in that healing of you made the wrong choices. Exactly, Spirit. Oh my God. You made mistakes. Things didn't go the way that you planned. All of these things that could have been different. You wish you would have done things differently. You wish you would have seen things more clearly. And you're still standing. And you've learned a lot. And now you know. You know better now. You're giving birth to a resilience. Not a fearlessness, but an acknowledgement that you can be afraid and move forward anyway. That you don't have to let fear consistently derail you. And you're going to find a lot of answers a lot faster when you meditate. Oh my God, I was so annoyed at my guides today. I was like, I want to ask you all these questions. They're like, great, go meditate on them. I was like, what do you think I'm doing here? But the whole point is that they're not going to rob us of opportunities. They're not going to rob us of opportunities to learn things that will empower us by the sole fact that we decided to seek those answers out ourselves. When you guys decide that you're going to look for a way forward, you're going to create something new in your life, there is a special kind of magic that goes with that. Something of your own creation. Your true, pure intentions. Not anyone else's. Your intentions for your life. Starting to come to fruition. There's a special kind of magic in that. A special kind of healing and empowerment. So, Spirit. Spirit is wanting to highlight a difference between between perspectives that you take in isolation. Either it's limiting or it's boundless potential to explore. For some of you, without prying eyes. Mhm. What else do you need to know? Fine. They're like, no, the other deck. We said the other deck. Fine. Yeah, I just heard lay these shadows to rest. You have the Four of Swords here, and you can see these shadows of swords. Lay the shadows to rest. And then we have the Five of Cups. It feels like some of you in your journey right now are going to find a peace in letting go of certain things that you might never have imagined or dreamed that you could really let go of. Some of these are really old pains, really old wounds. But it feels like, yeah, exactly, Spirit. It's like you can feel this door. You can feel this door that's ready to open for you. Ace of Pentacles. You can feel this new reality ready to welcome you in. This next phase on your timeline. That you can feel the freedom that comes with that. And I feel it's giving you this sense of empowerment to really let go in a way that you might not have imagined you could. Actually resolving some of these hurts. More than you thought you'd be able to. Okay? And I'm seeing that being a combination of shifting your perspective as well as energy work to get the body and the mind on the same page. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my. Mm-hmm. Again. All of these doors. Judgment. Judgment. Okay, okay. If you're wanting to go deeper into those perspective shifts with energy healing, I put together a 6-week self-paced Shadow Work Bootcamp. They're guided meditations where I walk you through energetic visualizations with Reiki healing infused in them that literally walk you through the process of releasing those energies from your body, as well as helping you understand how to shift your perspective mentally to put you in that space of freedom and feeling like you're not burdened anymore. Lune was kind enough to drop the link there. It's $30 USD. And if you sign up for it, let me know. Let me know how it goes for you. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to book a personal reading or a Reiki session, my website's in the description box below. And we're gonna keep going here a little bit. Yeah. Wow. Oh, tell me more, Spirit. Tell us more. What? No. I mean, I've never seen 2 cards with a clearer message of the truth sets you free. The truth sets you free. The Ace of Swords, the world. The truth sets you free. And my phone just buzzed to confirm that. Hey, if you guys want to sign up for my mailing list on my website, I send out emails every couple of weeks. I'm going to do the energetic check in tomorrow for how the rest of February is going to play out, which is so exciting because that's going to be a little mini read onto the start of the year of the fire horse. I'm so excited. So if it doesn't cost anything to sign up for my emails, oh my god. So just sign up. Stay in the know. All right. Ace of Swords, the world. I know. Yasmin, I saw your email. That's why I said that. Welcome. Okay. Ace of Swords, the world. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. And as you start to transmute a lot of this energy, you guys, you're going to start to notice that you're drawn to different hobbies, workplaces, aesthetic shifts. I feel like you guys are really, really trying to figure out how you can align your physical being with how you genuinely feel. Okay? It feels like there's been a lot of discrepancies energetically that you're just like, this doesn't resonate anymore. This doesn't feel like me. I don't feel like myself. So if you ever find yourself saying, I don't feel like myself, first of all, major alert for grounding work and energy work, okay? Make sure that you are cleansing and releasing energy that does not belong to you, or you can alchemize that into something that serves you, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Grounding pulls your spirit back into your body. It pulls your spirit back into your body, literally grounding you into this plane. Okay? Wow. You guys. Gosh. Okay, wait. Wait, there's more. There's more. Oh my gosh, right, Lune? Like, you guys, like the unraveling of your true self and how you genuinely feel about things is consistently going to have you wondering how you were able to deceive yourself in certain ways, okay? Like, all because it was perceived as safer to not believe whatever XYZ is, okay? Just the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free, you guys. Okay, wait. I feel like we're building up to something here in this message and this energy here. I have such crazy deja vu right now. It is not even funny. It is not even funny. This is ridiculous. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. What else does the collective need to know right now? Yep. Yes. What about it? What about it? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Outgrowing the people-pleasing cycles. Go off. I feel like some of these masks that you guys have adopted have been to protect you from feeling certain pains again. Okay? Page of Swords, Three of Swords. But you haven't been seeing how holding certain things back has been hurting you. Or said differently, it's like you can't see all the time how some of these things hold you back, you know? And so it seems to me like you're starting to let yourself really be honest about the things that you want for yourself. Be honest about the kind of person you wish to be. Be honest about the kind of life you wish to live. And it's feeling very interesting though, because I feel like with this 10 of Pentacles here, like you have had goals. Like you have goals right now. You have desires. You have fantasies about what is it that you really want to experience in your life. What is it that you actually want? But some of you are still thinking too small. You're thinking too small, which is why some of these things don't actually feel like they're in alignment with you. Or they're too, quote unquote, safe. You know what I mean? Like, you're a whimsical, magical bitch, okay? Like, you guys manifest like crazy. You manifest like crazy, which is why your guides sent me out here and they're like, why are they not listening? They're like, why are you not listening? Because all of the steps make up miles. Okay, you guys? It all adds up. And it's going to feel like a chaotic central lane, like a chaotic, I don't know. I'm just seeing like a chaotic freeway where it's just like absolutely wild, nothing's organized, everyone's going at a different speed, and it's just like, how is nothing crashing here? Okay, sometimes it's like that, but I'm seeing, I don't, I was so lost in the analogy, I forgot where the message was actually going. But it's like, you're starting to clear up your vision, you're starting to clear up your sense of self, you're starting to clear up and get so real with yourself about why you've been holding back from allowing yourself to want certain things. Why have you been holding yourself back from really genuinely feeling that burn in your soul? Where did this bucket of water come from that put out the fire in your freaking soul? Where the hell did that come from? And maybe you won't like the answer, but at least to solving that problem, okay? At least to solving that problem. I can't go into exactly where that fire in your soul went, but let's say it's going to be rejuvenated with the year of the fire horse. We know that for sure. But holding back all of this pain, holding back all of these feelings, holding back all of this presence is what's keeping that fire from being reignited. Okay? Because you know how much energy it takes to hold back your truth? Like, do you know how much energy it takes to shrink, light worker? Like, you can't even hide from people. You just think that you're blocking off what people can see. But they know there's a strength to you. They know there's a light to you. They get it. And because they can't deal with it sometimes, people just are acting funny. That's okay. That's not you. That's not a you problem. Don't pay attention to that. But you don't have to wonder why you're the problem when people can't handle your light. Grr, this makes me so fired up for you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay? Yes, it feels like it's unconscious. It's an autopilot behavior of holding yourself back, of shrinking down, of pretending to be less than you are. Well, that's the point of your meditations, isn't it? Where you don't have to hide, you don't have to mask, you don't have to pretend that you're anything other than your brilliant ass self. Okay? Stop avoiding those meditations. Stop avoiding all the little ways you can celebrate yourself. Stop avoiding all the little ways that you can say, yeah, I did that thing. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. Okay? Be proud of how far you've already come. Be proud of that. Your guides are very proud of that. Be proud of how far you have already come. An open heart is not attached. An open heart is not attached to outcome. Surrender your expectations. Oh, what was that? Oh, you said that so brilliantly a couple days ago, Spirit. What did you say? Surrender your expectations of things being different than how they are and focus on loving yourself such that the external circumstances don't need to change for you to be free. Love yourself in such a way that you feel free. Love yourself in such a way that you feel free. Then everything else will just flow right into place. But you guys got to focus on healing your solar plexus. You got to focus on healing your hearts. Go within. I love that. If I want to be free, I gotta be me. Exactly. Nobody learns without making mistakes. Nobody's exempt from that. So why are you punishing yourself for being just like everybody else? Human, imperfect, unpredictable, yet highly emotional and irrational. Queen of Cups. Bask in these healing waters of your heart. Because see, underneath all of that pain, underneath all of that hurt is so much love, you guys. So much love. You said hurt people, but hurt people also heal. And become healed people who heal people. What do you want to do with all that pain? Because just letting it sit there is not helping you. Everyone has the Queen of Cups inside of them. A wellspring of rejuvenation. That's why the Temperance card was the first card out in both of these decks, you guys. They're bringing up all of this stuff. Your guides are working so hard. Yeah, why is my nose so itchy? Bringing up all this stuff to help you see what's holding you back. It's not because they're trying to make you feel any sort of way about it. They're saying, hey, this is where you can transmute something. This is where you can let go of something that doesn't serve you anymore. It's through your triggers that you find your healing and your freedom. And it requires a strength of presence to sit with those things, you know? Practice over time. Practice over time. You're like, it's not possible on the healing journey to go from 0 to 100 in like a week. It's not possible. That's why I always say here on my channel, like, you guys, you're striving to become a different person, but that's really about you trying to live a lifestyle, to find the lifestyle and the way of existing that feels most aligned with who you really are. And on that journey, everyone's on that journey. How could you fault yourself for trying to do different things and experimenting? Some things stick with you for a season, some things stick with you for a lifetime. I feel like some of you guys have some shame around these old versions of yourself, but you're learning how to love them. They did not give up so you could get here today to sort things out. The past versions of you didn't give up, which is why you're here today, able to look at these things, reflect on them, transmute what you're ready to transmute, and find more joy, find more excitement, to create experiences that make you feel like you're alive. You deserve that. You deserve to give yourself permission to create the things you want to create. You deserve that. The heart is healing, and for the heart to heal, it has to open, and for it to open further, for your heart to open further, it means some of this stuff that's been closing it off has to come up and out. It's not a punishment. It's not permanent. It's just the way of processing. It's just the way of processing. Feel it to heal it. Feel it to heal it. Because you guys are not the type, you're not the type to just sit in it. You're not the type to just sit in it, okay? Confirmation, you're not the type to just sit in this and let it overtake you. That's not why you'd be creating a meditative space with the intention of looking at something to heal it. All right, Spirit, I hear you. Give me a sec, guys. I have a book recommendation. literally the process of feeling it to heal it, okay? I'm not sponsored by this author. No one has ever been like, Julia, tell everyone about this book. I'm just passionate about sharing with you the things that have worked for me. This has been a really excellent guide, okay? The Power of Focusing, A Practical Guide to Emotional Self-Healing by Dr. Ann Weiser Cornell. Okay? It's basically feeling it to heal it, but gives you a process and a space to set the intentions to let these things come up. Okay? The Power of Focusing. What was that? Okay, we had one more card come out. Can I have one more? I just feel like I need one more card. I'm not done with you yet, spirit guides. All right. Okay, can we get a last message here for the collective? They're just saying, keep going. Keep going, you guys, keep going. Three of Cups and Strength. Three of Cups and Strength. To love yourself is to love all of the parts of you and the versions of you that you have a hard time accepting. Love yourself to heal the shadows of your past. Three of Cups and Strength. You're stronger than you realize and braver than you know. Oh, you're so welcome, Natalie. I'm here to smack shit up and soothe the wounds a bit. As best I can, you guys. As best I can. Spirit came to me today. They were like, Julia, the collective has been waiting on a message from you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What message? And they were like, they got to meditate more. Listen up. Subtle signs. Let the subtleties guide you. If you can't feel the subtleties, slow down enough to discern the subtlety. Okay. Yes, exactly. Day by day, moment by moment. What will make you feel most like yourself? All right, beautiful people. I think that's the message. I think I'm going to leave it there. If you want to join me over on Patreon, I'm going to be doing an extended part of this message, but it feels like we're going to take a different direction to it. Probably I'm going to end up channeling. I'm a psychic medium, but I'm also a channeler. So some of my spirit guides and other personalities like to come through and communicate through me. Not limited to the archangels, but including folks like Dolores Cannon, Lorraine Morin, and some of my personal guides like to come through as well. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. Over on Patreon, I do guided meditations on Zoom every Tuesday night. And this Tuesday, so excited. I'm going to be out here going live for the Aquarius solar eclipse messages, getting into the Year of the Fire Horse. And then after that, I'm going to be over on Patreon doing a very, very special guided meditation. I'm very excited for it, where we're going to call in the spirit totem of the fire horse to bring us messages for what we need to know for the year of the fire horse, for what is going to be most healing, what you have most to look forward to. If you're new here, welcome. Oh my gosh, I love you too. Thank you so much for sticking around. I always pray that my messages find you at the precise time you need them. And if you enjoyed this video, stick around on my channel. Welcome to our soul tribe. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can stay loaded, updated, whatever, as to when I go live and when I post videos. All my links are in the description box below if you want to check out what I've got going on. You can find everything there. Anywhere from my courses to my Patreon, as well as booking personal sessions with me. All right. Okay, I gotta let you go now. Spirit says, time to pivot. All right, take it easy, beautiful souls, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye, fam.